Use this silent power trick and control anyone without saying a single word. You don't need confidence. You need silence. Confidence is loud. Silence is dangerous. While everyone's busy trying to impress, trying to be heard, the real threat is the one who watches, waits, and says nothing. The world doesn't respect noise. It respects certainty. That rare, unsettling calm that says, I've already won. I just haven't shown you yet. And no one knows what to do with a person like that. They either try to impress you or they fear you. You're in control. And if you're not, you will be. Because what I'm about to reveal flips any room in your favor without saying a single word. But first, let's talk about why most people lose control without realizing it. The truth? 95% of people are constantly broadcasting insecurity. Every second, without speaking, they leak signals. Fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, pointing their feet toward the door. They laugh too quickly at things that aren't even funny. They talk too much, try to fill silence they're terrified of. They adjust sleeves, crack knuckles, nod even when they don't agree. You've seen this, right? Someone in a meeting, a party, a classroom. They look like they belong, but their body is screaming, please like me. Please don't judge me. Please let me belong. And everyone around them, they feel it. Because here's the thing. Your posture, your pace, your breathing, even the rhythm of your blinking. These are all signals. And if those signals scream uncertainty, you get ranked lower in the social hierarchy instantly. Doesn't matter if you're smarter, richer, or more experienced. That's the brutal truth. Power isn't decided by facts. It's decided by perception. And perception is created before a single word leaves your mouth. Now, let's dig deeper. Why is this so important? Because we live in a world addicted to validation. Most people can't survive silence. They're wired to react, to respond, to explain themselves, to defend their every move. And that's why cold people seem powerful. That's why emotionally controlled people feel intimidating. Not because they're mysterious, but because they're unreadable. Think about that word, unreadable. In a world where everyone overshares, where every insecurity leaks out through gestures, being unreadable is terrifying to others. Because when they can't read you, they can't control you. So here's the rewire. From now on, your default setting is no reaction. No nervous laughs. No overnodding. No explaining yourself when nobody asked. No compulsive gestures like fixing your sleeves or scratching your face. You walk into rooms slowly. You move with purpose. You speak only when you want to, not when you feel you have to. This isn't about acting tough. It's about retraining your nervous system to stop begging for social survival. Because let's be honest, most people aren't living, they're auditioning. Auditioning for approval. Auditioning to belong. They're in a constant state of please pick me. That ends today. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be respected. Here's something most people never understand. People don't just hear your words. They read your presence. Your walk, your breath, your gaze. Watch a lion in the wild. It doesn't flinch. It doesn't run around proving anything. It moves with slow certainty. Not because it's lazy, but because it doesn't need to rush. That's what power looks like. And that's exactly how your body should operate. From now on, you move slower, not sluggish, just controlled. Your back stays straight. Your head doesn't tilt when someone talks. Your eyes don't dart around. They lock. Calm. Still. Unblinking. Your hands? Keep them still. Let people wonder what you're thinking. Don't show them. If you're in a conversation and they lean in, you don't lean back instantly. You wait. If the silence stretches, you don't panic. You let it breathe. You don't rush to fill it because the moment you do, you surrender power. You smile less, but when you do, it's sharp, precise, calculated. Not a permanent grin that screams, please like me. No, your smile becomes a tool, not a habit. Now here's where it gets interesting. Every social group, every conversation, every room has a rhythm. Most people rush to match it. They walk in and instantly adjust to the energy in the room. But not you. You set your own tempo and then make others adjust to it. That's the subtle flex. That's the invisible control. Because when you stop reacting and start anchoring, people don't just notice. They start following. And here's the wild part. They'll think it's natural. They'll feel like they're choosing to give you attention, but the truth is you designed it. You trained for it. You orchestrated the entire interaction without a single word. But wait, we're still missing the most powerful piece. The trigger that flips everything. The move that makes someone question their own dominance, even if you've said nothing. And that move is called the anchor gaze. It sounds simple. Eye contact, right? Wrong. Most people think eye contact is enough. But here's the truth. Regular eye contact is basic. It's what everyone is told to do. And when everyone's doing it, it stops being powerful. The anchor gaze is different. It's not staring. It's not creepy. It's how you look and where you look that makes it deadly effective. Here's how it works. The moment you make eye contact with someone, you hold it, not aggressively, not nervously, just steady, calm, unshaken. But here's the trick. You don't look at their eyes. You look through them. Imagine their eyes are a mirror, and behind that mirror is their real self, the version that's still deciding whether to respect you or challenge you. Your gaze should say, I see you. I see what you're hiding. I already know your next 3 moves. You're not just looking at them. You're placing weight on them. A silent authority pressing against their ego. And here's the best part. You don't pair it with a smile. You don't nod excessively. You don't break it too quickly. You just let it sit. Let them feel the tension. And then, the final touch, you exit slowly. You don't snap your gaze away like you got caught. No, you shift your eyes like you've finished scanning, like you've already assessed their worth and now you're moving on. That slow exit is what breaks them, because it feels like a silent dismissal. Like, you're noted. You're logged. You're not my priority anymore. That's when their brain panics. They laugh. They talk. They over-explain, because silence is heavy and you just dropped a weight on them without saying a word. And every time they speak after that, guess who they check? You. Every time you stay calm and quiet, guess who they are trying to impress? You. Now, before we go deeper into how to master this gaze, I want you to do something. Pause for a second and think about this. If you had this skill, if you could walk into any room and flip the dynamic without saying a word, what would you do first? Would you use it at work, at school, in negotiations, or maybe on that one person who always tries to dominate every conversation? Drop your answer in the comments right now. I want to see how many of you are ready to use this in real life. All right, let's keep going. Here's why the anchor gaze works on a psychological level. Humans are hardwired to respond to social dominance cues. In nature, animals that can hold eye contact without blinking are perceived as stronger, calmer, more in control. Predators stare, prey looks away. It's primal. And when you hold that calm, steady gaze, their subconscious labels you as high value, without a single word. But here's the catch. It only works if everything else about you matches the message. If you're standing like a nervous wreck, shifting your weight, fidgeting with your hands, the gaze won't save you. You have to build the full silent power posture. Here's how. Step 1. Slow movements. The moment you walk into a room, everything about you should feel intentional. No rushing. No jerky motions. You walk like you own time. Step 2. Straight spine, open chest. This is not about puffing yourself up like a cartoon character. It's about alignment. Shoulders relaxed but squared. Chin slightly elevated. Not too high, not too low. Step 3. Controlled breathing. Most people don't notice this, but anxious breathing gives you away. Short, shallow breaths equals nervous system in fight or flight mode. Slow, deep breaths equals authority. Even if you feel nervous, your breath can trick your brain into calmness. Step 4. Minimal gestures. Keep your hands still unless you're using them to reinforce a point while speaking. Fidgeting destroys presence. Now let me give you a bonus trick most people overlook. The silent lean. In any social setting, there will be moments where people lean in to speak. Your instinct will be to lean in too. Don't. Hold your position for a few seconds longer. Let them come to you. This sends an instant signal. I'm the anchor. You're moving around me. Imagine combining that with the anchor gaze. Someone starts talking. You lock eyes. Steady. Calm. They finish. You hold the silence. Let it breathe. 2 seconds, maybe 3. that silence feels like a storm in their head. Then you speak, slow, precise, fewer words than everyone else. Suddenly, the entire rhythm of the room bends around you. This isn't arrogance. It's design. It's the difference between reacting to the energy and setting the energy. And the crazy part, the less you talk, the more they think about you. Why? Because mystery is magnetic. Everyone else is spilling their thoughts like a leaking faucet. You're the locked vault. People can't stand not knowing what's inside. And here's something powerful. The less you seek validation, the more people try to validate themselves to you. They lean in, they over-explain, they laugh at things that aren't funny, just to feel approved. And all you did was stay still, stay silent, and look through them. Now, I know some of you are thinking, what if I try this and it feels fake? Good. That means you've been conditioned to seek approval so much that confidence feels unnatural. That's not your fault. It's how society trains you. But here's the truth. The first time you try this, your heart will race. You'll want to fill the silence. Resist it. Sit in it. Because every second you do, your nervous system rewires. And once it rewires, the game changes forever. The question is, are you willing to train this? Or will you keep reacting, keep chasing, keep talking too much to feel safe? Because the world doesn't reward noise. It rewards certainty. And certainty doesn't speak. It watches. We're about to dive into the final phase. How to combine silence, posture, and the anchor gaze into a complete dominance framework you can use anywhere. Work, social events, even high-stakes negotiations. This is where you'll learn the exact mental scripts to keep your energy grounded when people test you. So here's where we put everything together. The Silent Power Framework. This is not theory anymore. This is the blueprint. If you follow this, you'll never walk into a room the same way again. And I'm not saying that to hype you up. I'm saying it because when you master this, the shift is real. People feel it. They don't know why they respect you more. They don't know why they hesitate before interrupting you. They just do. The framework has 3 pillars: anchor posture, anchor gaze, and anchor tempo. Let's break each one down in real terms. Then I'll give you practical moves you can apply tonight. Anchor posture. When you enter a room, the first 3 seconds decide your ranking. Not your resume, not your looks, your presence. And presence starts with posture. Here's what you do. Walk like you own time. If everyone else is rushing, you slow down. This isn't sluggishness. This is precision. When you stand, plant your feet shoulder-width apart. No shifting weight like you're ready to run. You're an anchor, not a leaf in the wind. Shoulders relaxed but squared. Chin level, not tilted down like you're hiding, not tilted up like you're compensating. This is what dominance feels like, rooted. Even if your heart is pounding, your body speaks calm. Anchor gaze. We touched on this in the last section, but let's make it tactical. When someone looks at you, lock eyes. Hold. Calm. No rush to look away. Imagine you're scanning their thoughts. Like their words don't impress you. You're listening beyond them. After 2 or 3 seconds, disengage slowly. Like you've already assessed them and moved on. This is powerful because it shifts the frame. Instead of "do you like me?" the vibe becomes "I'll decide if you qualify for my attention." Anchor tempo. This one's invisible, but deadly. Every social setting has a rhythm. People talk fast, interrupt, laugh to fill space. That rhythm creates pressure. Most people collapse under it. They match the chaos. But you slow the game down. When someone asks you something, pause before answering. 1 second, 2 seconds. That pause screams confidence. Speak slower than everyone else. Not robotic, just controlled. Let your words breathe. Make silence work for you. Never rush to respond when someone challenges you. Delay. Even 3 seconds of silence feels like a thunderclap in their mind. This is how you dominate without volume, without force, with nothing but presence. Now let's talk application. Real-world moves you can pull off today. Scenario 1, job interview. Everyone else walks in smiling too much, talking too fast, explaining every little thing to sound competent. You walk in calm. You sit, shoulders squared, no fidgeting. When they ask a question, you pause for 2 seconds, then answer slowly. Not with 50 words, just 15 powerful ones. Guess what happens? They assume you're confident because you don't feel the need to oversell. Scenario 2. Social gathering. Someone asks, "So what do you do?" Most people launch into a monologue, hoping to impress. You smile slightly, hold their gaze for 2 seconds, then reply with just enough to intrigue. "I work on things that solve problems." Then stop talking. Let the silence hang. They'll lean in. They'll ask more. Why? Because mystery hooks harder than noise. Scenario 3. Negotiation or debate. When someone challenges you, don't react. Don't defend immediately. Let the silence expand. 3 seconds. For seconds. Then respond calmly, slowly, as if you've considered 100 angles in that pause. That delay alone makes people doubt their own point. And here's something people never tell you. The less you speak, the more your words weigh. Why do you think the most respected people in any room speak the least? Because silence builds anticipation. When you finally talk, it feels like a decision, not a reaction. But let me warn you, this only works if you detach from the need to be liked. If your goal is validation, your silence will feel awkward, not powerful. So kill the craving. Stop auditioning. The game changes the second you stop playing for approval and start anchoring yourself in certainty. Now, here's the final twist. When you master this framework, you'll notice something strange. People will start competing for your attention. They'll laugh harder around you. They'll over-explain things. They'll even check your face for micro-reactions when they speak. Because in their subconscious, they're thinking, what does this person think of me? That's power. Quiet, invisible, undeniable power. So the next time you walk into a room, remember this. You don't need to speak to control it. You need to own the silence everyone else fears. Because silence isn't empty. It's a weapon. And the one who wields it wins. Before we wrap up, I want you to answer something right now in the comments. Fire, what's the first situation where you're going to use this silent power? At work? In school? During a date? Drop it below. I'll read every single one. And if this video woke something up inside you, it's because you know this truth. In a world that worships noise, silence is the ultimate flex. This is not just a tip. It's a rewire. And if you want to go deeper, you already know where to look. Because the next video is not about being unreadable. It's about becoming unforgettable. Stay tuned.